Hey YouTube, it's Farmall 51 here. Alright, I've been working on the transmission, and hope you like my work area here. I got stuff on the table over there, and so I had the heater right here, and I decided I'd sit here and work on it, take my time on it, and let's see. Got most everything installed. Right now I'm trying to get the shims on either side here. You got your shims right in here in between this bearing retainer. Got your bearing in here. This piece here, or rear in here, is kind of fun to get in there, but you got to kind of more or less take them on and off and several times to get the spacing. And I think they're supposed to be like a 8 pounds or something pull on this here when you get the bearings tight. It's about like a trailer tire or trailer bearings. You don't want it too tight, but you certainly don't want it too loose. So I'm trying to get this here kind of right. I've got about the same number of shims on each side, and you've also got the counter shaft. Let's see if I can turn the light on here. Yeah, as you can see back in here, that's the counter shaft. I got the new bearings in. Got those. These two bearings here are pretty expensive, but I believe you can only get them through Case. I'm not sure, or Case International, CNH, or whatever they call it nowadays. But I believe you can only get them two through them. I'm not sure, but I ended up getting all of my bearings and seals from CNH or Case New Holland Industrial, Case IH. Anyway, I got most all of them, or all of them, from Aycock Tractor in Goldsboro, and the good folks down here helped me out and got me everything I needed. All my bearings, retainer bearings, your two counter shaft bearing, drive shaft bearing up here, the one on the other side back there, all that, my seals and everything. So I got all that through them. And it was around just a hair over 3. We're fortunate in the club there. We've got two Aycock Tractor and DeFore tractor parts, and I get a lot of stuff from DeFore tractor parts and try to kind of equally help each one out. But the price on the bearings here, you know, everything was straight Case International, so or from them. So, and I kind of decided to go that way, and I figured I'd, you know, get them all at one place. Anyway, here. So I tried to kind of try, you know, help everybody out and get a little bit from here and there. But I've got some parts here lately from Aycock, and like I said, they helped me out quite a bit, and excellent job on getting the parts. And like I say, it's everything went in great. So like I say, I printed some stuff off from farmallclub.com, and I got my manual, or my A&I manual there, or IT manual, whatever you call it now. And then I've got my never fail parts book for parts breakdown for the Cub. I've got every tractor implement, and I've got a parts breakdown, and that gives you everything you need: dimensions, size of the bolts, everything, how many bolts you'll need, IH part numbers. So when you go somewhere and you can say, I need this, this, and this, you can give them the part number. You'll know exactly what bolts you need and all that. So I slid my shift rails back in here. I had them out, but I got all that, and you can hear it's really quiet. So new bearings make a difference, and I think 95% of the time that's the biggest problem with these little transmissions. The bearings get water in them from that cast sweating, your grime, you know, just, you know, things like that, you know, get in there. They sit out. A lot of times the water will run down the shifter, down past the little spring, and run straight into the transmission. And this one here was about half full of water. If you've seen a couple of videos back, I drained quite a bit of water out of it. And I've only got my key right there in. I haven't totally folded it back over yet, because this piece here is going to have to come back off, because I'm probably going to have to add or take away a shim. And how you get you have to get the counter shaft set right, and then you have to get each one of your retainer bearings, like I say, closed in just enough to give it the 8 pounds of pull, or 8 pounds of resistance, I guess, but whatever you call it. Let's see, which that's what I'm working on now, and getting that kind of set. And what the little trick is, they said to hook a string around here and get you like a fishing, some type of scale or something like that, and that you can pull, you know. But I think what I'm going to do is, because this here was pretty loose, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to turn it until I feel like it's got just enough resistance on it, and which that should be fine. Which I may or may not, try the string method there. But anyway, I'm going to get my gears here in and then get my shifting forks in. And this is actually one I'm not going to use. I've got the other two over there. This one here is, you can tell it's scraped a little bit there, but not bad. But I'm going to get those in. That'll probably be on another video. And I like to always use the Venom gloves. They seem to hold up pretty well. When you're getting in here in this gear oil mess, you get that stuff on your hands, and it takes 2 or 3 days to get it off, no matter how hard, how much soap, pumice, and all that you use. But it's been a learning experience. Like I say, I wanted to use the best I could use as far as bearings and seals, and like I say, once I get this together, I do not plan on going back in here. It's been fairly easy. I printed, there's actually an article on farmallcub.com about how to rebuild your Cub transmission, and it goes through, in fact, here's using the string to test the pull there, or the resistance there, I guess, but it kind of goes through, everything you need on what to do, what to look for, what to kind of modify as you're putting it together. And like I say, here's your shims, and they've got medium, light, and extra light, I guess. Those are the 2 thicker ones. I took them out and on each side here, and I was kind of testing it, and it's kind of got a little bit of a, it feels pretty good, but I may add one more or take one away of the light ones. I don't know yet. But then I'm going to probably work on my counter shaft bearing up here, right back here. You can't hardly see it, but that's what it's sitting on this side here, and that's what turns the rear. So, but other than that, that's it on the Cub transmission. That's where I'm at, and I'll be as soon as I get this together, I'm gonna kind of take my wire wheel and kind of clean it up a little bit, and kind of maybe prime it some, not prime it, or I may paint it, I don't know yet. I may just put some paint on it to keep it from rusting or looking so bad. But, and like I said, I deleted my PTO lever here. I deleted the PTO, so it will just be the transmission. Like I say, we'll not have a PTO in this tractor. You've seen in previous videos, so like I say, it's going to be bare bones Cub. And a lot of people, why are you doing that? I'm thinking, well, that's, it's my tractor, that's what I want. So, and there's plenty of Cubs out there with a lot of different attachments, and I'm just kind of going for the early Cub. Since this is an early 47, this is number 1983, and Cub started out with 501, so it's a fairly, it's a late July, early August tractor. And also here, if you look, it's upside down, but on the right there, that's 8. In the center, that's 12. And on the left, that's your Q date code. Q is for 1947. And like Z was 1954, and that's how, and then I believe they started back over on the lettering of the years and all that. I think they did it for a little while. They changed some stuff, but there's a good book that Guy Fay has that has casting codes, and that's how you can kind of date each part, or kind of, if you don't have a serial plate, you can kind of date roundabout when the tractor was made, and kind of gives you a better idea. You just won't have the serial number, but anyway, and like I say, it has a part number on this side for the transmission, and that's it's upside down, but right here, that's a R1 casting. And most of, like on these tractors here, you'll see an R3. This tractor here, the Cub here, will be an R2. But most everything on the 47 Cub here, since it was the first castings, is R1. And as they changed or modified the casting, they would change the part number, I guess, or I think it was they would update it to like R2, and then a couple years go by and they'd modify something else and they'd change it to the R3. So that's how you can kind of tell if it's an earlier tractor or part also. That's it on the Farmall 1947 Farmall Cub. And I've got 3 final drives that I'm hoping that I can get some answers back, whether I can get one from a couple different guys and out in Tennessee and some out toward Washington State. So I should have a final drive coming in here hopefully one day, or if I hopefully have one located here, and then maybe I'll be getting that pretty soon. That's it. And like I say, I'll update you once I get the transmission complete, and once I have all my gears up top on the upper side here, have those in, and that's it. All right, thanks for watching.